Hello, my name is Pastillage and welcome to my perspective on TumbleSeed. As usual, I'm gonna dive into the options menu first. If you do not want to see the options menu, I will show a time code on screen, to which you can skip. Let's get right into it. First off, we have our resolution options. Nothing all too special, just a bunch of numbers. Then we have our full screen toggle on or off. Once again, no for full screen borderless, it's always kind of annoying. But well, you gotta make do. Next up, we've got our music volume, only one slider, that's always unfortunate. Same goes for SFX volume, just one slider. With no actual numbers, so it's a bit of a guessing game. Then we've got vibration on the controller. I am not using a controller but my keyboard. And we've got dead zones. Once again, this does not do anything for the keyboard. Then you can display an on-screen timer. And there you have the credits. So the first thing I want to note about this options menu is no mouse control. It really does not look like it's made for a computer. It's always kind of annoying because you really want your options menu to just be like, I get it, you want it to be stylish, but try to be stylish while giving a mouse option. Just going around with the arrow keys, that's just not useful. Like, I just have to go all the way down if I would want to change the dead zones. Or else it could just be one list on the screen with all the options that are present. Anyhow, let's dive right into the game. You've got your adventure mode, daily challenge mode and a tutorial. I'm gonna just start off in adventure mode. So here we are, in the adventure mode. On the left side of the screen you see gems. Well, I guess they're gems, they're never really explained what they're called. Then on the other side you see hearts. And hearts is the amount of times you can get hit. So you might wonder, well, how do we move in this game? And what does this bar have in significance? Well, if I push my arrow key up, the right side moves up. If I press my W, the left side goes up. Same goes for pressing S on the keyboard and pressing down on the keyboard. As you can see, we have to traverse levels while moving this bar around and going up. Going to stores, if you would want to talk with an NPC, you have to move into their little speech bubble. So, this is where we instantly see my first gripe with the game. As you can see, I just keep my arrow key held up and it moves so slowly. It just moves so slowly. I really would have liked it if we could have maybe got a little bit faster on the keyboard. Then there's also another thing you can do. If you press the spacebar, you get an option to choose a different seed. This is kind of neat, because this flag seed here will provide you with checkpoints. Then this little thorn vine will help you with attacking enemies. And this crystal will help you collect crystals. The heart seed will help you collect health. So you might wonder, well, how do we activate these powers? Well, to activate these powers you need to collect crystals with the crystal guy. Or just find them laying around in the level. And there I instantly go into a hole. Anyhow, this will help display nicely what I'm about to show. Now we are gonna switch to the heart seed. So now if we activate one of these patches on the ground, we will consume a crystal. If I didn't hop on into that hole there. Anyhow, if we go over one of those patches, we will consume a crystal charge. And we will get a quarter of a heart. Same goes if we were to do this in the attack seed. Grab this and we get a little knife. Then if the knife hits an enemy, it will be eliminated. The biggest difficulty in my opinion comes from the fact that all the levels are completely randomly generated. So the holes you see in the ground, they are random. as you will be able to see now, we have a bunch of holes here that weren't here before. But yeah, we can just move along this edge here, and there are no holes. Whereas if it was like user generated by the developer, they probably would not have left so many holes in the same positions, like you can see on the screen right now. If we were to go to the only way we can go now really is on the left side here. And that is kind of annoying. It really just adds a useless amount of difficulty. Also, we just entered a little area where we're gonna get a little upgrade. Appears to be a laser root or some kind of rando bud. Let's see what it does. But the random generation in this game, it really does not help it. I really feel that if the developers had just crafted every level themselves, you would have had some better levels. Because right now all the holes are just randomly placed and there's no real cohesiveness. Like one side will have a lot of holes and then another side will have none at all. It really is kind of weird. However, let's talk about a little positivity. The looks of this game are just great. Very simple, but very clean. You can clearly distinguish what is what. What's a hole, what's an enemy, what are spikes I just ran into, and what you are. I really like these aesthetics that they've provided. I just can't bring myself to enjoy this title, which is very sad. It looks very nice, but unfortunately the gameplay is just not for me. Alright, let's hop back into the main menu. Also, you can't control anything in this game with your mouse. It really just does not feel like this game was made for the PC. That's kind of annoying. So let's take a look at this daily challenge. The daily challenge is just what it seems. It's a challenge you can attempt daily. And I'm gonna guess that based on how well you do, you get scored. So let's just kill ourselves a few times. And then we'll probably end up on a leaderboard somewhere. While talking about this, I'll also talk a little bit about the sounds in this game. The soundtrack, there's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing too special, nothing too bad. However, whenever you die, it really just sounds like someone dropped a controller. It's a really weird noise. But other than that, the sounds used in this game, nothing wrong with them. So let's just dive into this hole. And then we'll be dead. So let's see where we ended up in the leaderboard. We're first somehow. I'm not sure how we did it, but we're first somehow. Though I guess this is the early release copy, so no one is really playing it yet. So, what are my final thoughts on this title? It looks very clean. The looks are just great. I cannot really find anything bad to say about how this game looks. But the mechanics are simply just not that good. Earlier on, during one of my streams, I said that this game kind of feels like the kind of game you would find in a Mario Party game. You know, one of those small minigames. It's probably fun if you just play it as a small minigame, but as a full-fledged single adventure, I don't think it's strong enough to carry it, even though it introduced a lot of new mechanics. Like all these different seeds, I really like what they did with them. But unfortunately, the core gameplay mechanic just isn't that fun to me. So, would I recommend this game? I think there's definitely gonna be people that will enjoy this game. But it's definitely not for everyone. And also definitely not for me. Anyhow, that's gonna be it for me today. If you like this video, feel free to leave a like, or maybe if you just don't like me, you can leave a dislike. Anyhow, consider subscribing, and I'll be able to bring you some more videos. See you next time.